Hey everyone, my name is Sean and welcome to Geeksvana. Today we're going to be talking about the Mavic Air 2's little cousin, the DJI Mavic Mini, and giving you the 10 tips and things you need to know. The Mavic Air 2 has come along and stolen many a DJI fan's heart, but the Mavic Mini is still as popular as ever, with beginners and experienced drone operators alike. This bestseller is still one of the most compact, capable little drones out there. To help you on your drone journey, we've compiled our 10 tips and things to know about the Mavic Mini. Number one on our list is about the weight. The Mini was of course hugely popular at launch because of its weight being just 249 grams, which meant you did not need to register the drone in many regions, including the USA and UK. However, you should remember that many countries still count the drone weight as the weight when it takes off. So if you add one of the DJI sticker packs, stylish wraps, or even the prop guards, the drone, if flown outside, could then require registration. Also, UK and EU flyers should be aware that once the new EASA regulations come into place, you'll need to register the Mavic Mini due to its camera. To find out more on this, there is a link in the description to our video on this. This isn't even the lightest version of the drone. DJI released a 199 gram version of the Mavic Mini in Japan, again to help drone flyers stay under the weight restrictions. To find out more, there's a link in the description to our video on the lightest Mavic Mini in the world. As we've mentioned a couple of links to other videos, this is probably the best time to let you all know that my channel, Geeksvana, is a drone channel focused on the latest drone news, leaks, interviews, and in-depth stories you simply won't find anywhere else, as well as some more entertaining videos, live streams and how-to videos. Click the subscribe button to get more from us and hit the notification bell to get your drone news first. Our second tip is remember your SD cards. Unlike other DJI drones and many made by other manufacturers, the Mavic Mini does not have any internal storage. When you take into account that DJI were chasing a specific weight with this drone, to the point that they removed chunks of plastic and made lightweight legs, then it is no surprise that they did not include any onboard storage. So without your SD cards, you only have screen capture or cache to rely on. Tip 3. You might be aware that the Mavic Mini multi-charger offers the option to behave as a power bank. However, you can also use a power bank to charge the drone itself. Simply leave the battery in place and connect it to the USB port at the rear of the drone. Tip 4 is another tip about how you record footage. The Mavic Mini is small and light, and although the gimbal is, as you'd expect with any DJI drone, very stable, I would recommend keeping GRIDLINES active whilst recording to allow you to capture great footage with a level horizon or rule of thirds if that's important to you. To enable this, you just need to go into the app and click on camera, and then below you will see advanced settings. Second line on the next screen is the GRIDLINES. Personally, I would turn all three of them on. Tip 5 is a controller tip. The Mavic Mini controller has these black plastic sticks, which are fine, but personally I prefer the feel and quality of the aluminium ones found on the original Air or the Air 2. If you prefer the feel of these as well, the great news is they do just fine and they can actually attach straight in there. However, do not try and reverse the process as these won't fit the other controllers. My sixth tip and thing to know about the DJI Mavic Mini is all about the prop guards. Rather than simple guards, they actually act as a true shield cage, meaning indoor flying is more possible than ever before. However, if you're going to use the prop guards to practice flying or allow a novice flyer some space to make some mistakes, remember to activate the propeller guard function in the DJI Fly app. This is important as it will slightly change the flight characteristics of the drone, and should you make contact with a wall or even ceiling, the drone will interpret this better. Seventh on the list is more a thing to know than a tip, but here is the Mavic Mini in size comparison to the original Mavic Air and also the brand new Mavic Air 2. Tip 8 is to those drone flyers out there who, and come on, I see you, who buy a drone and fly it a few times before popping it on a shelf to move on to the next new drone or go back to an old favourite. If you have a Mavic Mini sat on your shelf, get it down and update it. The update to the app just prior to the Mavic Air 2 release improved many parts of the drone. You will be pleasantly surprised. 9 is the connection. The Mavic Mini uses an improved Wi-Fi connection rather than the legendary OcuSync 2.0, trusted by so many drone flyers the world over. This means that new flyers should be aware that you're going to get a potentially significant different flying experience depending on whether you are in the countryside as opposed to a town location, which will of course have more Wi-Fi interference. Finally, my 10th thing to know about the Mavic Mini is who the drone is best suited to. This is often discussed as a great beginner drone, and I don't dispute that at all. However, more experienced flyers should also consider this capable little drone as a backup or second camera due to its extreme portability and smooth footage. If you're concerned about not having full 4K, the 2.7K will upscale nicely to 4K, so you're able to use this for B-roll and establishing shots without impacting too much on the overall video. So there you have it, my quick 10 tips and things you need to know about the Mavic Mini. Stay tuned for more videos on this drone and others.
Please remember to like and subscribe.